Hello, hello, hello. I apologize. I'm stuffing something in my mouth. I was hungry. But how are you today? Welcome to Let's Talk Shop, where every Tuesday I share some behind the scenes of my business. And today I am sharing with you about Tiny Cow. Tiny Kyle, Tiny Cal, CAL, is a software that I use to um, schedule meetings, to schedule my collaborations, and a lot of other things that require scheduling. Pretty much anything that requires scheduling, I use Tidy Cow. Now, there are some. So, if you are a person who's does YouTube collaborations, if you're a person that schedules meetings for your business, if you schedule meetings within a career or like a corporate position, and for whatever reason you don't like using Outlook or Teams, which I understand because those Outlook is trash, then maybe you'll be interested in using this software. So, hey Marissa, welcome. Glad you got a chance to join this evening. So yes, Tidy Cow. So there's a couple other alternatives to Tidy Cow. There is Acuity Scheduling, which is connected to Squarespace. There is Calendly. You've probably heard of that. There are plenty more, but the reason I chose Tidy Cow, the number one reason, let me tell you, the number one reason I chose Tidy Cow is because Tidy Cow is a one-time fee. That means you pay for it once and you have a lifetime subscription. Every time that they make updates to it, you get them for free. You don't have to have $10, $12, $20 coming out of your account every month. And it has all of the functionality of all of these other schedulers, and you've only had to pay for it once. So that was the main reason, because I was an avid Calendly user for many years. I would say for the first for the first 5 years of my business. And just in the last 6 months have I switched over to Tiny Cow, and I'm very glad that I did. So let me go ahead and start sharing my screen so you can see the behind the scenes of Tidy Cow. Well, let me open it first. So Tidy Cow is TIDYCAL.com. I'm not sharing my screen yet. Let me switch that. I'm getting myself set up. You know, today is always, when I do this, it's always a little bit more raw. Not as polished. I am literally showing you the behind the scenes of my business. So, yes, I hope that this is helpful. If it is, please make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you tell me what other things that we should talk about. I think it's this one. Let me see. Is it this one? Nope, it's not this. I'm trying to figure out the right screen. Nope, that's not it either. No. Is it this one? Yes, it's this one. Okay, good. Yep, I have Calendly. Thank you for sharing. Okay, good. Yes. I used Calendly for a long time, and I probably could still get into my Calendly account. I wouldn't be able to use it, I don't think. Ooh, wrong thing. Let me try again. Let me see. I haven't tried to get into this account in a while, so I might not actually be able to get into it. But I had Calendly for a long time. Ooh, which reminds me, there is a great benefit from going from Calendly to Tidy Cow. When you transfer to Tidy Cow, there is actually an amazing, okay, so I might not be able to. There's an amazing what's the word I'm looking for? import tool that will move all of your things from Calendly to TidyCal in one foul swoop, which is amazing. One of my favorite things about moving systems from Calendly to TidyCal was that it imported everything for me, and that is a huge thing to simplify it. So as you can see, when I came over here to the hamburger in the top right hand corner, I went to integrations. And when you get to integrations, there's a whole button for import from Calendly, because they expect this is their biggest competitor. This is where you're probably coming from. So what you can do is you log into to Calendly through TidyCal, TIDYCAL.com, and it will import all of your booking types. So any kind of booking types that you have over there, maybe you have a 30-minute booking, a 15-minute booking, an hour booking, a collaboration booking, a just virtual coffee date booking, whatever kind of bookings you have and however you set them up, it will import them all over and put them into TidyCal for you. One of the best things that they ever could have done to help people make the transition. Because not only do I only have to pay $29 one time, you were making it so easy for me to move. And that is one of my favorite things that I love. Okay, so look, I got 20 million screens. Okay, back here. Okay, so then once you do that, you can also add in multiple calendars in the same way that you would do in Calendly. Now, here's one thing that I don't love. Sometimes I want TidyCal to be able to look at my personal calendar, but not look at some of these other calendars. It's not that sophisticated yet, but I'm also pretty sophisticated in how I do. You want to call it sophisticated, or you might want to call it complicated. I might just be too complicated in how I set up my calendars. So that could be that as well. So yes. And then you can decide, reading enabled means that, is it checking this calendar for times blocked off? And if so, then that's where it's making sure that, it's not giving time available when you're blocked off. Okay. All right. So other things that I love, you can connect whatever kind of video conferencing setup. So if you do use Teams or something like that, which I am never going to tell you to use Teams. There's Zoom. There's other ways to do it. Dialpad is another one. There's Google Meet. I'm not a fan of Google Meet either, but all of these different ways to do video conferencing, you can set them up and add them in here, which is amazing. So that when you're when someone schedules a meeting with you, it's going to automatically give them the right link to log into, when it's time for them to get on the call. The other thing that I like is if you are doing just coaching calls, and pretty much you're setting up your calendar and you said, this is a 90-minute coaching call. Here's you literally can make your landing page directly in the booking page. And then you can take money directly there too. Now, I don't personally do that, but it's possible. And so you would set up Stripe, and Stripe would pull the TidyCal would give them the checkout page. Stripe would pull the money for you and then put it into whatever account that you've connected it to. And so you can do all of that directly through here in TidyCal. And I know I was talking to Dee about that. So Dee, if you have questions, if you're on here live, if you're catching the replay, let me know what questions you have. I want to make sure I answer them for you. And then you can also connect TidyCal to Zapier, to SendFox, and to a lot of other programs if you understand how to do all of these things. So why would you want to connect it to automations? So I use MailerLite for my email. And if I wanted to have a post-call automation where after I have a call with you, I want to do a sales campaign that reminds you to purchase whatever thing that you got on the call for. Say this was a consultation for Meant for More. Well, because I know the consultation is specifically for meant for more, after the meeting, I can set up an automation that would send you a couple emails reminding you about all the different details that I told you on the call and invite you to make a purchase. I would connect that through Zapier into MailerLite. Or if you use SendFox is like a MailerLite, then you would be able to connect it, integrate it directly from here and to be able to do that. So that is why you would have, that's what you would use automations for. Okay, now I jumped into all of that without first showing you booking types. So let me go back to that. So I have quite a few different booking types. I have a 30-minute meeting. I have collab interviews. I have my free exit plan call. I have all of these different types. And so you can see what they are. I can share them to different places. I can share them by email. I can embed them in an email, which is nice. And I can also embed them on my website. So, and I actually do have it embedded on my website. When you go to, I'm pretty sure I have it embedded here. Let me double check. Don't make a liar out of me. I do. So this is TinyCal down here. I have it embedded directly into my website. So when you click on it, you're going to pick a time and that's what's going to put you directly on my calendar. Okay. All right. So if I click book a call, it's taking you down to this area. So that's the beauty of being able to use the embed button. The other thing too, so certain meetings, like a 30-minute meeting or my free action plan takers, which I'm changing this name to virtual coffee date. When you schedule for different types of meetings, different booking types, there's a different link. So like I have a link that's specifically for my collaborations because they're going to join me on Ecamm Live. And then I have separate links for Zoom so that they're joining me on Zoom. You can set all of that up in TinyCal and that will be automated so that you don't have to manage that on a one-off basis. It's so nice to not have to manage it every time somebody wants to get, oh, what time was work for you? Well, here's what works for me. Here's what worked for that. You already have that set up here and it's really easy. This is actually new where it tells you the views and the earning and the conversion rate. It's a great feature. So now I can see that 89 people have viewed the exit plan page for, setting up a call with me. The conversion rates are based on if someone purchased something, but I don't have a checkout on this page. So that's why it's showing no earnings or conversion rates. So if you wanted to do a coaching call directly through here, I would say for one, this is the easiest way, the easiest setup. You could make a landing page directly here. And so you see how this has this information on the side. This is where you could talk about what are they getting? You can do whatever landing page copy that you want to do. You would do it here. They would be able to set up a time. And there would also be a button to pay. I don't think that I have any set up like that though. Let me see. I could have set this one up like that. Let's just play with this one for a second because I have it marked as private anyway, so nobody is going to be able to see it. So if I come in here and I can set up the title, I can give it a specific name. Like this one is clone. I would probably change that so that it wasn't that at the end. And you can see I've put all the landing page information here. So I have that here. I can tell choose how long it's going to be. And then I can say, when am I available for booking? So only on specific dates or that an ongoing weekly opportunity, and then my availability for it. So I can change the availability to be, maybe I only want to do mornings or maybe I only want to do weekends. You can block all of that off. And you can also block off specific dates as well. Then you want to come down here and click advanced booking, and that's where it lets you choose like how far out. So like my virtual coffee dates, I like for people to choose a date within the next 48 hours so that like get them while they're excited to get on a call. So I can change that and say, how far out can users book? I can say 48 hours, or I can say, I might give them a little bit longer so that I have a chance to adjust and make sure there's time available on my calendar. So I can say how many days ahead. I can say how much padding I want between each meeting. So you need potty break time. You need time to go eat. You need time to stretch, take a walk. You can put that padding. It'll automatically calculate that padding. So if you have a meeting in your calendar for 6:45 to 7:15 and your padding in between it is 15 minutes, it's not going to book the next call for 7:15. It doesn't make it available until 7:30 because you've said that you want 15 minutes of padding in between. And then also bookers can't schedule within 2 hours of time. So if it's now 6:45 and I have, there will be no spaces available between now and the end of the day because they can't, my calendar is closed for the day. But let's say it's tomorrow and I have the afternoon free. If I have the whole day free, let's say I have the whole day free, flexible. If someone comes on at 6 a.m., they won't be able to book a call within 2 hours of that time, which means that if I had availability open at 8 a.m., the earliest they'd be able to book it is 8:15 because they won't let it be earlier than 2 hours. So that's really nice if you have someone that's like, oh, well, I need to get on the call with you in the next 15 minutes. Well, maybe you were busy. Maybe you need chance to like switch your mindset. Maybe you need to adjust. That means that they have to, you get 2 hours notice to know when someone is booking a call with you rather than them just being able to book it on a dime. Okay. You can also set the maximum amount of bookings. So like maybe you don't want more than 2 bookings a day so that your brain can have a chance to breathe. You can do that in TidyCal as well. And then you can tell it whether it's in person, a phone number, or whatever you want it to be. You can choose for it to be Zoom, Google Meet, because these are the ones that I connected at the beginning. If I'm doing my Ecamm live link, then I would choose that static link and I would put the link in here. But I want this to be Zoom, so I'm going to leave it and it's always going to generate the link for me. I could also offer multiple locations, so like an in-person location versus a virtual link, and we could do that way. Enable group booking. So if I wanted more than one person to join it, like I'm doing a webinar or something, I can be able to enable this, and that will allow more than one person to sign up for that time. So that's very good for like, I'm getting ready to start promoting my vision board, more than a vision board party. I'm gonna I might set it up through here and allow people to purchase through here. And I would allow more than one person to be able to join because it's gonna be a group class, okay? Enable guest invites. That's if I want to allow the people who I've invited to invite other people. Obviously, I wouldn't do that if it's a paid call. And even if it's a coaching call, I wouldn't allow that either. So I don't know too many circumstances where I would allow this to be checked on. And then charge for booking. So we were asking before, what would that look like? I would just click this on. I would say how much the charge is going to be. So say the more than a vision board class is going to be $97. I put the price in here. I tell it that I want to do it through TidyCal. I could also just say Stripe or PayPal, one of those other options. And then it would process it for me. If I have any questions, so if I want to do a questionnaire, say for a lot of times when I do my coaching calls, I want to know, I try to get a little pre-information. If it's a one-on-one coaching call and we do this every 2 weeks, then I don't generally have this. But if it's a one-off, like a 90-minute intensive, I want to get a little bit of information about what that person wants to talk about before we get on the call. So I have a questionnaire where I can ask them a couple questions about it. And when they book it, I'll be able to look at this information and have an idea of what we're planning for. This is new, I believe. You can also enable a package, which means this is good for, again, if you're scheduling coaching calls and you want it to be super simple, you can schedule it using this, and it will allow that person to have the number of dates that you want here. So say I only want it on Fridays or the same day of the month or whatever. Or say if when I start doing my monthly reflections again, if I decide to do them live, I don't think I'm going to do them live. I think I'm going to do them pre-recorded. But I would be able to invite you all to be able to sign up for it by coming on here and doing it this way. You can sign up, you can have it give email reminders, so that will hopefully keep less people from missing the call, which is always nice. And then you can also have a custom redirect. So say you want to do an upsell or a downsell, meaning once you've got them to do, let's say I'm doing the free virtual coffee date and they sign up for that coffee date. And now I want to give them a special offer that they can't get to any other way. It's mainly because they signed up for my free virtual date, and I want to give them something special for signing up for that virtual coffee date. So say I want to give them the anti-superhero bundle at a cheaper price, a discounted price, as a thank you for signing up for this virtual coffee date. Well, I can enable this, and I would take them to a separate landing page, different landing page than the one where they get the original, the not discounted price, but a separate landing page that they can only get to through here. I can redirect them that after they have signed up for the call, I can direct them to that page and say, hey, by the way, thank you for booking that call with me. Here's a special discounted price for you, but guess what? It's only available on this page. So you gotta either take it while you have it now, or you're gonna miss out. But I just wanted to give you this special gift for signing up for the call with me, and you can send them to that page, okay? Ooh, this is new. I'm so excited they did this. Okay, so now you can decide what calendar, like where this calendar is going to be integrated. So you can put it into multiple places, which is really nice as well. Private mode means that it's not going to be showed on your full booking page. Listen, there's so many options here. Require approval means that maybe you want to double check who's booking something with you before you actually say, yes, I'm definitely going to do this meeting. So you can do that. And then display on the booking directories page. So here's a booking directory page. It's going to give you all the different, this is not mine. This is an example, but this is how your booking page would show up, and you can see like the different pictures. You can also have like header pictures as well. I'm going to show you mine as well. So this was about if you want it to be on the booking page or not. Now I did have, okay, so I want you to see what the price looks like. I'm going to leave that. So now when we click on this page, you can see it has the price here. And the way that they pay is they click on the date, they pick the time, and then this is where you put your information in, you fill in the questionnaire. Remember, I had that questionnaire there. And then, my Stripe account needs to be set up in order for them to take a payment. So obviously, because I don't have it set up, this wouldn't allow them to do it. This is a very big key. No matter what system you use, make sure you test it for yourself. At the beginning, I'm going to say test it once a week just to make sure. Anytime you change something, test it a couple times to make sure that the person on the outside is seeing the things that you want them to see. Okay? Because here's the thing. If this happens and they can't sign up for it, a lot of people aren't going to ask for additional help. They're just going to be like, whatever, that's too much trouble. And they're going to go on about their business or move on to the next thing. So you want to be checking that, because you don't want to be missing out on the opportunity to serve somebody because you didn't double check it. Okay. All right. This one is not live for me, so that's why it's not there. Okay, so you can share it in all of these different ways. Hey, if you want to book a message with, you want to send somebody a message. Hey, this is how you can book it with me. It'll send it there. Email, all of these different things. And you could even add it to your signature. Now, I need to do this. The only reason I didn't do it is I don't like the color of this button. And I'm sure there's a way to change that. And I haven't figured out how to do that yet. Okay. Other things that you might want to know about TidyCal is, I'm going to cancel this, date polls. So right now I have 2 date polls going on. In Charlotte, I asked people if they wanted to do a Exodus Summit meetup for the holidays. So I've been asking people what dates work best for them. So I can see the poll here. I've already copied it and shared it in the link in our group chat. So that's another way to get information. Then you can, I'm trying to schedule a collab, and I'm trying to see what are the dates that people are available to do the collab. And it's a panel collab. So I'm scheduling it between four of us. And that's actually been challenging for me. So I decided to create a poll. So that's another great tool. Super easy to do. You literally click create a poll, give it a name. Once you start typing the name, it'll create the URL for you. Put a short description in here, tell how long it's going to be. And then you add the dates that are available for you. Some dates and times are available. And then it creates it, and you can send that out to get availability from other people. So that's a date pool. Oh, the other thing that you want to do as soon as you create, well, here's the thing. If you are importing your settings from Calendly, it will also import your availability settings as well. At least I believe it does. Maybe because I don't have, okay, so actually I take that back. I don't think it does. I think it's set up availability based on each and every one of these booking types, because I think that's how I had it set up in Calendly. So this might be one of the main things that you set up when you get started. What days do you want to be available and what times do you want to be available? You can also give multiple windows. So say you want a 3-hour lunch because you about that siesta life. Then maybe you do 8 to 1 and then 3 to 9 or whatever, or something like that. You can add multiple windows. So this first one would be 8 to 1. And then the second one would be 3 to 9. And so you can have multiple windows in here, and you can also add them to other days as well, in addition to removing them. All right, I'm going to turn that off. You could also choose specific dates that you're just not available. Maybe every year you take off for your birthday, or you want to put all holidays in here. I generally block off my calendar. Instead of blocking my calendar off this way, I generally block it off in my actual calendar, because I can just put out of office and it's going to look as busy to the scheduler, and so it won't book it. So then the other thing is you can look at your bookings, all bookings, cancel bookings, past bookings, all of these things. You can look at them here in the bookings tab, and you can see all of the bookings that have been available. You can also export them and be able to look at them in a different way. You can see them in the calendar view and things like that. So I love that it has a lot of different flexibility in how you could see the bookings as well. All right. That was a lot of information. As you can see, I have, you can choose your own URL, which is nice. You can choose your currency. You can choose your booking page color. Oh, which reminds me, let me show you what my booking page looks like. So then when you go to my booking page, you can see, now most times most often than not, you're not going to see my booking page. You're going to see me direct you directly to a link. So, like on my YouTube channel, or when I am inviting you to schedule a virtual coffee date, I'm giving you the direct link directly to the booking type that I want to give you rather than giving you the booking page. So for me, it's rare that anybody sees my booking page, but you can design it if you want. And I believe that you can even give it a cover image. But it has been a while since I've tried to do that. So let me see. Let's try. If I come into this, let me see. I might have to ask Google because we went through all of those different things and I don't remember seeing how to give it an image. So maybe you can't. Maybe you could in the past. I do remember being able to do it, but I don't remember how to do it now. Okay, so if that's something you're passionate about, then I'll help you figure it out. But yes. Okay. So that being said, I think that that's everything that I want to show you about Tidy Cow. Let me go ahead and look. Okay, let me see. A couple questions. Y'all done came on. Okay. Let me also change this screen here. Let me see. Oh, y'all were having a whole conversation. I'm so sorry. My goodness. Okay, it looks like something was good. Glad to see you too, Tori. Glad you could join. Yes. Love your new name at Marissa Price. Oh, I do love it too. Yes, Marissa Price Hills. Come on. That's so good. All the thank yous. I do not like surprise meetings, so a buffer is a nice delay. Yes, I completely understand that. So I'm glad. I'm glad that that feels good. Which app is this? Yes, we're looking at Tidy Cow. Sorry about that. Looks fancier than Calendly. Oh, well, that's nice. I think it's a little simpler than Calendly, and the fact that it's only a one-time fee, $29 for your lifetime, that is amazing. It makes things so much simpler and so much better on your pocket. So, yes, I think that's everything that I have for you guys today. If you have any additional questions, go ahead and post it in the comments. Otherwise, thank you for taking a second to let me show you the behind the scenes of Tidy Cow. And yeah, have a good rest of your evening. Bye. Also, I like this background. This is a good place to be. It's good.